Record. Is yours going?
Yep, looks good to me.
Cool. You have your notes and stuff. You have everything ready. Did you take notes?
I did for Violet Everweekly. I forgot to do it for this one, but
But honestly, what is there?
I was just like, oh man. Okay, I think it stands out pretty well in my head just because the stupid.
Because not a lot happened, and what happened was memorable. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to to episode 3 of the Conception Nuttcast, where I discuss the best show of the season, Conception. With me today, I have a special guest, a fellow shitposter on the Our Anime Discord. No, Our Anime Podcast Discord. I have with me SfaFreak. Hello.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody. All 10 who are gonna be listening.
Hey, you got like 50, 60 views on that one?
I got 50 or 60 on the first one. All thanks to Shah sharing it, I'm sure. And I have like 11 on the last one. I know one person who listens to the whole thing. I might have her on at some other point. She's not a part of the Discord.
Okay.
She's also not watching this show. So she's
just have her watch one episode, watch none of the rest. Just see.
Exactly. Like I would love. I have a bunch of PlayStation buddies who, like, she's the only one of them who watches anime, but not a lot. Like I got her started on Steins Gate, and then she was like, "This is too intense," so she's gonna stop watching that after like a couple episodes. And I recommended K-On!
Yeah, it's probably better.
I think that's more her style. She's loving the Honda-san show, the bookstore seller.
Oh, I need to get to that. But anyways,
Conception. So much to talk about. So much happened.
Just all this content.
The threesome episode. This was great. This is so stupid. Okay, so they conclude. Like, I have the notes, and for some reason, I don't even need to take notes. I can just run through. Nothing happens in this fucking show. I can just run through it chronologically in my head. They conclude that the kids he made was too weak, so the annoying as fuck raccoon says you got to do a threesome, and and finally he does the harem MC thing where he pretends to not know what's going on. It's like, you got to do the two at once. I don't understand. What do you mean? What could you possibly mean?
Where's my good Christian love ritual that's not sexual but also totally sexual?
But absolute, oh my god, I was gonna wait with that, but we might as well bring it up now. What the they cannot pretend that they're not fucking.
Yeah, I mean, like, the first one was like totally not. And then the second one was, I don't think. And then this one, they're just like, they're totally spent after, like,
yeah, okay. They're fucking spent. The nurse can't feel her legs. And the elf is like, I came to the end of the universe. It's like, what the okay. So they acknowledge that they're fucking coming left and right. They gotta be fucking. They can't just be loving each other so much. It's intense emotions. I also thought it was funny that he sees them in the bed all undressed, that he just nuts on the floor. That's what it was, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Like, his eyes go big, and then they zoom in on the carpet. There's like 3 drips, and he's like, "Oh god damn it!" And the raccoon is like, "That happens to a lot of guys. Don't worry." It's like they're totally fucking. Yeah. I want to talk to the director. Maybe I can get him on episode 11 or something.
It's like, hey, you're gonna get more views on the Nuttcast than anyone watching the actual show.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we are like, well, you're only watching because I asked if anyone was watching. I wanted to talk about it, and you were like, okay, well, if I get in now, it's only 3 episodes.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I might continue because I mean, this is like too like ridiculously awful. It's like
too funny.
I can't look away.
Right? It's a fucking train wreck. The animation sucks. Everything sucks. The pacing is awful.
Yeah, and
nothing makes sense.
They just completely cut out the fight. There's like, oh, they fought a bunch of minions and then they beat a big bad boss. And it's like 2 sentences.
They were too weak to fight the minions. We gotta make some more babies. Oh, bam, he has 2 babies. Now to beat the boss. We don't see any of besides the first episode, we haven't seen him hit anything, have we?
Yeah. He did it in episode 2 when they first went into the dungeon, and then they got like one hit and it did nothing. Then they ran.
Dapped on.
And then the third one, we see like a shot where it's like dramatic zoom away from the minion, and then that was the entire fight.
Yeah. They run in, and then they're like, oh, now they're much stronger. They defeated a bunch of impurities and got to a boss. And then we see the boss, and then it cuts away, and he's just dead.
Yeah. Because like, they don't have the time or the money to animate.
But you know what? I can kind of respect that. I feel like Steins Gate Zero could have learned a lot. Some of the fight scenes at the end of Steins Gate Zero, they should have just cut away. We didn't have to see that. That was embarrassing. So these guys were like, we don't have the budget or the skill to animate these fights. So we're just not gonna.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so this goes back to episode 1 a little bit, but there was the controversy where the animator wanted his cut taken down from Sakagoboru.
Yeah.
And like what it ended up being was not so much that the original like key animation was terrible. Like you could look at like keyframes and like, oh, that's pretty decent, not amazing, but decent. And then, but the effects and the way it was edited was just like so awful, and it's so clearly like it got like just totally messed up by the after processing.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Any amount of actual talent in this gets squashed by everything else that just like ruins it and then does its own bad thing.
Well, it's like they were thinking, well, we don't have to try. We have good character designs because it's the ReZero guy, and we have a show about sex. People are gonna watch this, and then no one licensed it, and everybody's pirating it. And
well, no, Crunchyroll eventually got to it, but it took them a day.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
so it is officially streaming now.
Yeah, Crunchyroll actually has it, but they're putting in no work into this. There's a typo and a grammar issue every single episode in the subs.
But it's like a spectacle. You have to see it to believe it.
Yeah, all I better say is when we got that shot where they're behind the bed and we get the reveal shot, and I had the stupid raccoon censoring. We better get that uncensored in Blu-ray. That would be
apparently the RAWs didn't have were censored too, so it is 100% to sell Blu-rays.
Yeah, so I mean that wasn't a Crunchyroll edit thing, definitely, but
no.
It definitely wasn't airing on like ATX or whoever does the uncensored.
But again, the fucking raccoon just ruining everything.
Oh.
God, it needs to shut up. It needs to stop talking. It's just all the time. It never shuts up.
Okay, so you know how like most ecchi will have like one perverted girl character? They don't have that because they gave all the perverted lines to the stupid raccoon.
That's right.
We don't want to see a raccoon say perverted things. We want to see one of the hot girls say perverted.
We want to see the guy seduce girls. Fucking spent another minute seducing the elf girl instead of listening to this jackass. Because that was instant. She was like complaining about something and he bit her ear. Like he looked at the book and then bit her ear and she was just DTF immediately.
Yeah, and it was like, there's no build up. It's just like, oh, I guess I'm going to bite you now. Oh, okay, I guess I'm in love.
Oh, I guess the nurse already said she'd do the threesome. We need another girl for the threesome.
Yeah.
We need to set up that he gets someone else. Well, that also... another thing. So he banged the cousin first episode. Well, didn't bang. I'm assuming she's the only one he doesn't actually fuck. And then this episode, they go to a hot spring. So this is the hot springs threesome episode. Has both. It's fucking amazing. Yeah. But they're embarrassed to go in together. They're already seeing each other nude. They were ready to actually bang in episode 1, and now there's like, oh no, she's taking her shirt off, and then she goes in a kind of bathrobe. I've never seen that before. I've seen girls go like in anime. It's typical to show the girls going with like a little towel or whatever, or maybe a swimsuit. But this was like a white bathrobe in the water. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing, and like we didn't even get a clear shot of her wearing that.
No.
So, like...
And it looked a lot like what she was already wearing, so I didn't even... At first, I didn't even think she changed.
Yeah, and then the guy... Did she bring the guy's version of whatever that was along too, or did he just go... I don't get...
I think he was just nude.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
yeah, see him from the chest up.
It's dumb.
It's really, really, really stupid. And then the raccoon comes along and is like, oh no, don't get too excited. You have to do the love ritual. If you're gonna fuck, you're gonna fuck in this bed. This very specific bed. So get in this horse carriage, and he's talking about fucking adult toys and lubricants and...
and it goes on for like 2 minutes.
Ruins the mood. She was into it, and then he ruined it. It's his holy mission to make sure that he makes as many babies as possible. But no.
You had to blow it. It's like the nurse is like, "Oh, it's not a sexual thing," and then the raccoon keeps going on and on and on about adult toys and lube and like
accessories. What? But for what? If it's not sex, then for what? Tell me. Yeah. Tell me, show.
Like, does he want to like try have that? I don't know. It's like, and again, it's always the stupid raccoon. Why can we not have one of the girl characters say all this stuff?
There's a bunch of, well, for lack of a better word, I guess. Well, I guess it's the right word. Lolly girls. Why can't one of them be the hyper pervert, whatever? And we see that people exist in this world who aren't the maidens or royal descent or the MC. Like, it could just be anybody. Anyone could do what the raccoon is doing and not be the raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so girl passes out. They go back. He is at the nurse's office next day for whatever reason. I think he has a cold because he got in the water to look for the keychain. Well, yeah, the girl dropped the keychain. Whatever. A keychain he gave her, but it's of him.
And then the water turns cold randomly
and for some reason at night the water turns really cold. So he gets sick looking for that. He finds it, no drama there, nothing set up for later, whatever. Goes to the nurse's office and she's hitting on him big time. She's like, "Oh, you need a threesome? Well, I'm down. Would you like something to eat? An apple?" And he goes, "Can you bake it?" And she goes, "You sound like my little brother." You sounded like, it was like he was back. What do you mean back? He disappeared 5 years ago. And he was as old as you would have been then. And then we see the picture of him, but we don't see his face. Like, yeah. I'm guessing now, it would be so fucking stupid if he was how would that even be possible?
Yeah, I don't think.
It's such a weird setup, because how could he possibly be? Also, that would mean they actually banged. Yeah. It would just be too strange. Maybe. No, that's stupid. I was gonna have a theory about maybe the little brother was his dad. But then, no, they're the same age, so...
Yeah, it's either just... I doubt it's gonna be a stupid plot twist, so it was just, like, really awful character building. Like, oh, she has a tragic brother.
She lost a young brother, looks just like him, maybe, we don't know.
Yeah, and we didn't even see pictures.
And she's still okay with fucking him, so she's weird. She's odd.
Well, I mean, I think they said something about, oh, this was only supposed to be the practice one, but then not only do they do it, but then they, like, really do it, or probably...
What the fuck was the point of the practice?
Well,
what was that gonna do?
I don't know, because he was, like...
Oh, that's right, because they say the...
hard on his body. Something else is hard, though. If you know
they do say the threesome thing hasn't a visitor... Because that's what he is. He's not a hero or an adventurer or whatever. He's the visitor. A visitor hasn't done it in hundreds of years. This happens every 10 years. He's the first one to do it in hundreds of years. And not only does he do it, he has no fucking problem doing it. He does it well. They can't fucking walk. He's so good at it. That's the typical... It's like the sword art online, whatever thing. It's just natural talent at everything. Never fails. Well, he did kind of fail at first.
Yeah, and it's like...
Nodded on the floor, but he was ready to go again.
Yeah, the reason they hadn't done it for that long was because he happens to be the only one who can actually... who's actually, compatible or whatever with, multiple maidens. Not just one, not just two, all 12 somehow. He's the first one when no one
How
has
does that
even been
make sense?
compatible with
Oh,
2.
I guess you don't have to bang all the girls to save the world. You just have to make strong enough kids to defeat the dungeon or whatever. But
Yeah.
so he's the first visitor to come along with all 12 zodiac signs. So he's compatible with everybody. What luck.
Yeah, what a
Oh,
coincidence.
what a tragic burden of his to quote unquote not bang all these girls, even though they're totally fucking banging. I had a note here, 3 episodes in, 4 girls down. This is moving fast. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's 12 total. He's done with 4. I am gonna Oh yeah. An earlier note. They say that the threesome is good because it makes stronger star children or whatever. I'm predicting that in one of the last episodes he's gonna have an orgy. He's gonna do all 12 and he's gonna make the strongest star child ever, and that's how he becomes a legend.
There we go. That's you heard it here first, guys.
I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Not having played the game, because I mean, I do want to, and they're making one for PlayStation 4. I am getting that. I want to play it. Not having played it, like that would be cool. A cool way to use this power. So, in one hand, I'm calling it. On the other, I'm like, nah, it's too good. They're not gonna. I doubt they're gonna do anything cool with this.
Yeah, it's just like nothing's actually explained. Like they just say this is it.
Hey,
and there's no actual background.
Maybe things are explained on the website.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Because every episode, the raccoon directs us to the goddamn website, which I think that's funny. That's a great way to do exposition. Except no one's going to read it,
especially English listeners.
Especially,
we go to the website and it's like, well, that's all in Japanese. Whoops.
Well, I did go to a fan wiki for the games to look up what different girls were, because the show's not gonna fucking tell me what any of these girls do. I wanted to see like what they are, and the character descriptions were pretty in detail for the first 4, and then they just kind of petered off. The person who wrote it was like, I don't even care. This is so stupid. I think that's all that happens in the episode. In short, almost sex and hot spring, threesome with nurse and stripper elf. That's what happens. And
it's just like,
do we know how the Star Children are stronger? Because to me, it just looked like he made 2 at once. I mean, it's efficient.
I think the idea was supposed to be, if it's like a threesome, not threesome, then the emotions are stronger and the feeling is stronger, and that produces stronger Star Children.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, do I really care that much to remember? I don't know.
No, it's not. Are they gonna explain everything, or do I have to go read the wiki for the show in half a year? Do I care? No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I think the raccoon is kind of implying that, like, if you have a stronger bond and have stronger feelings towards each other, the Star Children are stronger. Which probably sounds like you take the dating mechanics and then you have stronger kids the farther you level up your relationship from the game.
Oh yeah. Like he even said when he did the ear bite thing that he got 10 points to his visitor stat power, whatever, his seduction score.
I think I like that pervert score.
That chapter in the book was called something stupid. Wait. It was called Technique for Shutting Up Needy Girls, Part 3. And I feel like that would not fly in any Western country.
No, the only
2018
the only way you put that in is if you make it like the super asshole character. But as the MC reading that, no, never fly.
But the problem is, like, of course, they make the raccoon seem like a scumbag, and he wrote this, like, pickup artist book or whatever. But we're also shown that it works. In, like, less than a second, she was all turned around. She was sad, and then she was horny. She was ready to fucking go.
It's just like, oh, I hate my life. Oh, you bit my ear. I'm like,
Oh,
turn.
I wish I could see the world be somewhere better. Chomp. Oh. Ooh, what else? That's the episode summed up. Do you have a favorite of the girls like that we've seen? Like I know we've not been introduced to them very much, but do you have a favorite of the 12?
Yeah, I mean, I think purely by design, it'd probably be Aria, but I
Yeah.
mean, we've also seen her say like 2 lines.
Yeah.
I think, I think
Well,
second's like
that's
the
more than some
nurse,
of the others.
because the nurse has had the most lines. She's the only one we've actually been able to like get to know really, and I put that
Yeah.
in
The
heavy air
nurse
quotes.
and the cousin,
Yeah,
effectively.
and don't forget the raccoon. We know all about him.
And the fucking raccoon who gave him a hand job too at
Oh,
episode 2. That was also great. And who is a major part of the ED, which is glorious.
oh, that
That's
ED
fucking
is
awesome.
yeah, the ED is like the best thing about the show. It's the worst thing, but it's the best thing.
Have you seen the OP? No, I mean, have you seen the
Yeah,
OP? What do you feel about the OP?
it feels super generic to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't remember a thing about it.
Yeah. This is part of why I want to have guests on, because I don't give a shit about OPs.
Yeah, it's
I skip them 99.9% of the time. Like, I see him once, and then after that it's just skip, 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 skip. But the ED for this, I'll watch every time, because it's epic. It's so ridiculous.
yeah. It's like
Yeah.
again, they're just like the focus is on the raccoon. It's great for the ED somehow because they just went all out on it. But
They
again,
did.
they keep thinking, oh, the raccoon is part of the show. I also love the mismatched lip syncing whenever the raccoon talks. Like it'd be one thing if they went kind of Cube on it where just the mouth never moves, but sometimes the mouth moves, but sometimes it doesn't.
Does it move? I don't think I've seen it move.
Sometimes he has his mouth open when he talks. Sometimes it kind of like moves a little, and then sometimes it's closed. There's no consistency.
Nice. I hadn't even noticed that. I was thinking, these are all zodiacs. What's your zodiac?
I think it's Pisces or Pisces. I never know how to
Pisces?
pronounce it.
I think I looked it up because I'm Pisces too.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So our girl is, what's her name? I have a list of them. Yusuha.
Usually, I don't even know which one that is because why?
She looks kind of distant in the face. Like, she's the one I think looks a little bit like Foss from Land of the Lustrous. She's got like, her hair's like bluish green.
Yeah, her, okay.
Switching a little bit. Like I saw some, in the episode you was in, it looked kind of green to me. And then I saw some character art of her and it's like, that's blue. But
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. But like I looked her up. She's like a reclusive artist, and she's got a sickness that which they just address as the illness. They never say what it is.
No, that's great.
She shuts herself away to not bother people with her illness, the illness. And apparently, if you end the game with her, she returns to the real world, and you try to find a cure. So that's sweet. But she's not my favorite of them. My favorite is Ari too.
Yeah, I mean,
I like the nurse. I like Ari, and I like the one who's like in a suit with glasses, like the executive-looking lady, Virgo. Not Virgo, Libra.
Yeah, the cousin's Virgo because of course.
Cousin is Virgo.
Big metaphor.
What could it mean?
Yeah, it could possibly mean that she's never had her first time. I don't know.
And I guess that ties into the whole thing again, where the raccoon keeps saying, "Oh, just up until a couple days ago, he was like he was an unpopped cherry and la la la." But according to you, they didn't fuck. He's still a virgin.
Yeah.
Make up your mind. And he could smell that the girl was a virgin, which is creepy as fuck. But is she still a virgin? Because I need the show to explain itself. I guess we still haven't seen like a straight up fucking like penetration, but it's heavily implied.
Yeah. Well, what's weird is like completely implying nothing actually happened in episode 1. Episode 2, they don't really go into the detail at all. They just played the music and cut away. And then 3, we've got like all this before stuff where they're just like, you know, they've got they've got everything off, and then they're in the bed and they're just totally done, and it's like, so make
And they're just spent. They're so... yeah. I guess we'll have to see how they do the rest. I'm hoping it's gonna be Ari's episode soon. I'm not looking forward to the episode with all these fucking lollies. I have them written down here in notes. I think there's 4 characters I would call lollies. I'm not into that. That's not for me. They already banged the nurse. She's probably not going to get another episode. So it's Ari and it's what is her name? The Libra. Mireille.
Yeah,
at some point.
It's so hard to even find the information on these characters.
I don't remember fucking anybody's names. I think I remember, like, after episode 3, I think I remember MC is Itsuki.
Yeah, I think so.
That's his name, right?
I think so.
I think so. I remember Ari because she's my girl.
There's, I remember Ruka is Cancer, which I only remember because Nyx is the Cancer of the Discord, and his absolutely favorite, definitely not least favorite character in Steins Gate is Ruka. So.
Oh, wait, is Ruka his least favorite character in Steins Gate?
Either Ruka or Ferris, I don't remember.
Heresy. Ruka is a treasure.
No.
I mean, I could give or take Ferris. I really don't give a shit about Ferris, but Ruka is dank.
What's the name of the nurse? She's the character design I remember most. I have no clue what her name is.
The nurse?
Yeah.
Rione?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and the elf dancer called herself. Her name is what is it? I have it here. Farun. She called herself Farun Nesan. And I was like, yeah. I used to not like your design. Now I like you. I like the character. Because apparently she's supposed to be like an older character. I did not get that from looking at her at all.
Yeah, I mean, by this character design set standards, yeah, she's older. But everyone older. Except like the nurse and REA's.
The what? Sorry, you cut out.
Everyone except the nurse and REA are designed pretty young.
Yeah.
In this, so
I'm guessing that's like the Leo, long blonde hair and cat ears. She looks kind of older too, give or take. Like, I mean, she could go either way, and I'm not really sure about Gemini.
Yeah, I mean, like they're okay designs. I'm not really a big fan of the ReZero designs, but they seem pretty okay enough, I guess.
I generally like ReZero designs. I don't like Emilia.
Yeah. I just hate ReZero. I hate ReZero with a passion.
Oh, that's right. You're the one who only saw one episode.
Yeah, and I just rage quit it. It was just like,
God. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if you were on the Emilia train, but I'm guessing not.
No. I didn't even meet them, so.
No. The show is currently sitting at 5.03 on Mel.
Wow.
Is this deserved?
Wow, I just reloaded it. It's at 5 even now.
Oh my god.
And the most recent score is at even 5.
Well, that's ridiculous. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to look some stuff up because I'm thinking of shows that this is not as badass, and I'm sure they are higher. I think people are spite voting. And who even rates shows 3 episodes in? Don't do that. What was I thinking? 3D Kanojo. It's at 6.72. That's not okay. Where's Hajimete no Gao? That's at 6.51. Those were awful. Both so much worse made, and the plots suck. The voice acting is worse, and the characters look worse. I don't think Conception is getting a fair shake here. I, for one, will be giving it a 10.
The only score it deserves.
Only score it deserves.
But yeah, I mean,
maybe not.
like, actually, I saw only episode 1 of it because it's so terrible. DSE raised at a 5.48. That
5.48. What is that? That sounds familiar.
It's like, it was like a, shoot, I don't even remember because
Is that the one where
it was
they
so
released
horribly
all the episodes at once or something?
No, they didn't. But this was the one where it was like, oh, there's like Nazis and rituals, and I don't even remember it. The first episode was so bad, just had no structure to it at all. I gave that one episode a 3. Honestly, I should lower it to a 2. I don't even. That was awful.
Now I want to compare this to all shitty shows. Like, what's Naria Girls at these days? It's at 3 point something. It must be. Yeah, 3.8.
Yeah, like I've seen 2 ones, and both of those are like definitely lower than this.
What's the other one?
Well, the 2 ones that I've seen are the ones I gave a 1 are Generation of Chaos and Utsumusume Sayuri. It's like that? It's like a short, like a 3-minute short, and it's just the most disgusting thing ever and awful.
Most disgusting thing ever.
I wouldn't. There are some things where like, oh, you should watch it because it's kind of like, oh, this is so bad, it's good. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. It's so terrible.
Is it worse than Naria Girls?
Oh yeah, it's way worse.
I know Saro would be shocked.
Yeah, well, okay, he's seen this, but I thought it was worse than the episode of Naria Girls.
That sound familiar though. Like, I think you guys are talking about these shows all the time. I haven't seen them. I was just looking here. Juni Taisen, the best show ever, is at 668.
Yeah, Maho.
So that's lower than 3D Girlfriend, whatever that show.
Yeah, Maho Shoujo Site 6.55 is like.
That's not deserved. That's too low.
No, that's totally deserved. That was.
And you know what? That's actually what it should have. But on Mel, that's the same as like a 3 on the real scale.
Yeah.
Because the average score on Mel is like 6 point something 7, maybe.
It's like
that's the.
It's lowered. It's gotten a little lower actually, but it used to be right at 7. It's a little lower right now.
Like if that's the, then people aren't rating shit well. Well, neither am I. I mean, it actually comes back to something I was trying to think of how to bring up. Character interactions in this show are non-existent.
Yeah, there's nothing.
There's nothing. Whenever someone talks, it goes nowhere. Did you sign up for the our anime award panel thing?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
You did. They had a part where it's like, describe what you think is a character interaction and then an example of a good and bad one or just a good one. And I don't remember exactly how I put it. It's like a good character interaction. It's a character interaction is everything. It could be fucking anything. Literally just 2 characters interacting, obviously. But a good one tells you something new, or it moves the story along. It adds to the show. These do nothing.
The only one that I think really added anything to a character was in episode 2. That fake, oh, I'm running late gag. That's the only one where I felt like that was actually an effective way to character build.
The only one where it felt like they thought about it at all and wrote a character. Like she knew that she's supposed to get with the MC, and like to hurry it up, she's following like the rituals of our world, and it's in this case it's like a stereotypical, oh no, I'm late with toast in my mouth, and bumps into boyfriend, whatever, and they stage it. Like, that's fun. That's good. More of that. But no.
Yeah, that's it. There's your big character interaction.
That is the character interaction we're gonna get in this whole goddamn show. Nothing else.
Every time they're close. Every time I think, okay, if they go just a little further, they might actually get something good out of this conversation. Raccoon time.
Mm-hmm. Fucking every time anything's about to happen. Boom. Oh shit, it's the raccoon. Raccoon Man is here to lecture and say inappropriate shit, even though you're trying to tell us that they're not fucking. He's here to make it seem like you are. Great. Go away. Fuck off. Whoever voiced that raccoon, I'm gonna look it up.
She's not really done anything. I mean, she's done some things, but nothing I recognize.
It's Mana, the name of the raccoon.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have a picture on Mal, even though it's the most speaking character in this. Yeah, she's done a character in Space Dandy, and that's it.
Yeah.
And she did some songs.
Yeah, and for more on voice actors, what's her name? The girl voicing the cousin, like Emiri Kato or something. I don't know how you pronounce her name. She's totally phoning this in. Like she's a great voice actor. You know, she killed it as Hachikuji and Kyubey and a couple others. But she's totally phoning it in as the cousin.
Yeah.
She does not care.
Emiri Kato.
Yeah.
She was Akatsuki in Lock Horizon too. Yeah. Kyubey. I haven't seen Madoka Magica yet.
Wow. Big fan.
Wow. I'm behind. Like, I think, how many shows have you completed? Because I think we're about the same.
I'm at like 155-ish.
Yeah, I'm about there too. I think maybe I'm a couple shows ahead. And I keep remembering shows that I've seen but I forgot to log. I'm 161.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I just started watching anime 9 years later. Oh, I'm thinking about what voice actors. The girl who does Ari, even though we haven't heard her a whole lot yet, she does a bunch of stuff, and one of them is in Violet Evergarden. She does what's her name?
Oh yeah,
Katlia. Pirate Wench.
Yeah, Katlia, also known as the Pirate Wench.
Also more colloquially known as Pirate Wench. She does a bunch of she's one of the Chitose Ayase in. Who is that? That's someone in Chihaya Furu. Oh, it's Chihaya's older sister.
Yeah, and then she's also the senpai red blood cell in Cells at Work.
Yeah. She does. She's the only one of the two girls in Tiramisu, the stupid short I'm also watching, who I love. She's been in a bunch of recent stuff, and she's hot. Jeez.
Yeah.
She's very pretty. And 10 years older. Hello. 160 centimeters, though. That might be a bit short. Oh, whatever.
Anyways.
Admiring voice actors. Anyway, I think that's been it.
Yeah.
For this show. No, wait. Real quick. Favorite fruit?
Oh, favorite fruit. Apples.
Apples. For some reason, I predicted you'd say apples. It's very safe. It's a very safe bet. You can't feel.
It's not terribly like, ooh, I like pineapples or something. No,
I like
it's apples. They're great.
Yeah. I'm a cherry man.
No, I don't.
Myself. And they get no love. In all the fruit discussions on the Discord, they just get completely buried in other shit. Yeah, I think that was it. Anything you want people to go follow you on Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter at FFA_free.
Because you just went back to Twitter.
Yeah,
like you had the account for a while, and then you were like, "Oh."
Yeah, I made it. I made it for like some giveaways or something. I figured, I guess I might as well use it now.
Yeah. Because I think I went on your profile, and there was like 5 posts or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually use it now. So you can check me out there. I'm also on Discord mainly. That's my main mode. I think that
anyone listening should come join us on Discord.
Yeah. And
the Our Anime Podcast Discord. Maybe listen to the show first. Get acquainted with the hosts.
Mm-hmm.
We just did a 4-hour episode. It's a great way to get to know people. All 8 hosts. Like, do you have enough? Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, go follow me too. I'll put the whole thing. Put all the links in the description. No need to say them here. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Yeah, thanks for listening. And I'll see y'all, few of you. See you again next week. Yeah, that's it.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, cool. That's good.